Hello everyone. You are listening to this audiobook on channel Voice for Purpose by NSS IT Bombay.
Hey listeners, we hope you're all doing well and keeping safe at home during this pandemic. The COVID 19 pandemic has affected the economy of the world adversely. Some sectors of the economy have seen tremendous progress as well. Today, let us look at a specific case study on how this pandemic has affected technology and electronics industry. The global community is heavily dependent on electronic devices for almost every task. Be it making a phone call, listening to our favorite music, washing our clothes, dishes, and preserving food items via refrigeration or paying our bills via electronic fund transfer, we routinely use electronics in some way or the other. The electronics industry is indeed essential for the progress of humankind. Can one imagine how life is without electronics and technology? It is a very shocking thought indeed. Initially, during early 2020, people were more worried about their lives and health as countries started imposing nationwide lockdowns. The focus of people shifted to other essential matters other than electronics. The electronics industry faced its worst possible recession in history. But gradually, as people began to realize the new normal, staying at home became a necessity. People working in technical and engineering professions had to work from home now. Due to this, the demand rose for electronics. People needed laptops, monitors, smartphones, Wi Fi routers, printers more than ever to be able to work from home. Students needed laptops, mobile phones, writing pads, tablets to attend their classes from the comfort of home. Also, to counter boredom at home, people started purchasing TVs, gaming consoles. Owing to this, by the end of 2020 and early 2021, the demands for these rose quite unexpectedly. Earlier, electronics was more of a luxury, but now it has become a necessity. Since the lockdown was in effect, the manufacturing plants were shut, and chipset manufacturing had stopped entirely during the pandemic. This led to a never seen before global chipset crisis. The demand shot up, and it was unable to keep up with the supply. Though the rise in demand for electronics is helping this industry, the recession faced by this crisis was very severe and caused a lot of damage. The electronics industry is recovering slowly as we progress. Shortages of chipsets has affected some other sectors as well, including the automobile industry. The car infotainment systems that we use for GPS navigation and playing music use chipsets and other electronics. Due to the shortage faced in the crisis, they too had to slow down on their manufacturing process, making customers who had placed orders for their vehicles wait for unusually long booking periods. So, can we overcome this problem? What can be done to aid the chipset industry? Automated manufacturing with very little human intervention, with a few human supervisors, can help a lot, as that way chipsets could be manufactured in the absence of many workers, keeping all social distancing protocols at bay. Also, recently in the USA, one of the world's largest silicon producer, under President Biden's supply chain review order, the primary focus was given to semiconductor manufacturing. Another way to help this crisis is to develop new technology with semiconductor chips that allow faster, more accessible, and automatable manufacturing processes. However, the situation isn't so bad. Some subsets of the electronic industry have prospered as well. For example, take the medical electronics sector. The demands for ventilators, pacemakers, ultrasound scanning machines, CTs, and MRIs have significantly increased in the last 2 years. Many people have lost their lives to the pandemic, and the only way to detect this disease well in advance is by using specialized electronic medical equipment. Companies like Philips, Siemens, GE, which specialize in healthcare systems, have seen a sharp increase in their profits and sales after the pandemic. As the pandemic continues, it is hard for even economists to predict the world's economy. One thing is clear that the chip and electronics industry is indispensable to all of us. As people continue to automate and replace manual jobs, the demands for these will not entirely vanish. On the contrary, it will rise. In today's audio article, we saw how the electronics industry is vital and how the COVID 19 pandemic has affected it. We also saw some ways to improve the current situation. We hope you found it informative.
So hope you guys had fun. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel for more interesting audiobooks.